Welcome to the new Magdalen College campus in Warner, New Hampshire. We have a beautiful fall day, October 6th, 1990. This, where I'm standing at the very beginning of the main entranceway, this driveway will be paved this following week on October 10th. It'll loop around, one way in and one way back out. We'll move on to the boys' dormitory from here.
Go ahead.
Okay, this is the boys' dorm, the first building that you'll see on entering the campus. It's about a third completed right now. All the exterior is completed, and they've got the framing done on the inside. They've just started to put in the insulation and the sheetrock. As you can see, it's a light brown siding with a darker brown shutter on it. The boys' dorm is located closest to the multi-purpose building, which facilitates the gymnasium and the dining room and the cafeteria. This is the south wing of the boys' dormitory. This entrance you're looking at right now is actually not an entrance, it's an emergency exit. The main entrance is, as you can see, the bricked-in part right in the center of the building. The building itself is kind of a U-shaped building. Entranceway of St. Joseph's Hall, the boys' dormitory. As you can see, they're working on some of the masonry work. The front entranceway is a red brick. The entranceway, the rooftop of it will be finished off with the same color brown siding, and it has, as I said, the brown shutters on the side. As you can see, it's a U-shaped building. When we enter the building, you'll be able to see that the midsection has a large cathedral ceiling and an open area for the boys' lounge. And then from there, you branch off into the dormitory rooms.
We're not taking any pictures of it.
No, we're only making believe.
Leave the men's dormitory, we approach the multi-purpose building right behind me. This end of the multi-purpose building is the gymnasium, which will house a 3-lane indoor running track, as well as 3 3/4 court basketball areas, and/or volleyball, indoor tennis, whichever they want to set it up for. Directly beyond the gymnasium itself is the dining room, the cafeteria, or the kitchen rather, a multi-purpose room, which is a lounge and a game room for the students. This building will also house the proctor's office, the student nurse's station, a conference room, and the assistant dean's office. Right off from the gymnasium is an exercise room for the girls and a weight room for the boys. Directly in front of the gym, this front area in front is a little mouth of this area. The main entrance is right behind those trees. I should refer to this building as the St. Paul's Multi-Purpose Center. As you enter the front of the building, when you turn to your left upon entering, you would head toward the main dining room, the game room, and the lounge. And if you turn right as you enter, you'd be entering the gymnasium. As you'll be able to see when we get down closer to where the dining room actually is, we have some beautiful views of the Mink Hills, as they're called, and even off to the distance to the Sunapee Mountain Range. Okay, right where I'm standing at this point, I'd be standing inside the student lounge. The lounge area is on this side, and the game room is on this side. And then directly behind me is the Magdalen College dining room.
Wait a minute. Okay, talk.
Okay, from the front of the St. Paul's Multipurpose Center, looking out the windows of the lounge, we have a view of the front of the Mary Magdalene Chapel. As you can see, it's bricked up with cinder block at this point, and they've begun working on the brickwork on the east side of the chapel. It will also be a red brick, as is the entrances of the 2 dormitories and the 2 classrooms. It will have a steeple with a copper roof on it and a cross on top. The first window you will see entering the Magdalen Chapel will be the Holy Family window that is at the entrance of our present chapel in Bedford. All the windows from the Bedford Chapel and the interior of the Bedford Chapel will be moved into this chapel sometime over the Christmas break this year. View from the dining room, and we're overlooking the leach field, which will ultimately become the soccer field, the playing field. They're still testing the leaching beds, and then they'll fill it back in with loam. We'll seed it, and it will become our playing field as soon as it's ready to go. From here, you can also see the view of the hills, and we're just beginning the fall foliage season here in Warner. It should be a beautiful sight all year long.
Where the hell? I didn't get that. I'm on the wrong side.
Okay.
Okay. Say something about the hill.
Okay, here's the hills. It's a clear day, but the hills are far enough off in the distance that they look a little bit cloudy. But if you were actually standing here with me, you could see the beautiful colors that we're experiencing up here in Warner. From the dining room back toward the gymnasium and the connecting building, which is between us and the gymnasium, which houses, as I said, the conference room, the dean's office, the proctor's office, and the 2 exercise rooms. There'll be a long hallway connecting the dining room to the gymnasium, and this will really be one of the focal points for visitors coming to the campus. Of the Magdalen College Chapel. As you can see, the scaffolding is all up. They just completed putting up the cinder block. They'll be starting with the brickwork this next week. And as I said earlier, all the chapels and all the furnishings from the Bedford campus will be moved into this chapel sometime over the Christmas break. Me is the entranceway. We're now inside the chapel. Where the 2 beams are in the middle section right here will hold or support the choir loft. I might mention that right below me, below this concrete floor, is a 55,000-gallon water storage tank, which will supply all of the drinking water and also provide fire protection to our fire protection system that is run throughout the entire campus. You can see the openings here for the windows. As I said again, moving the windows from the Bedford campus. We have the beautiful faceted glass windows down there. We'll be bringing it up and putting them in just in the same fashion as they are in the Bedford campus right now. Toward the sanctuary of the chapel, the wall of the back of the sanctuary is facing directly south, and the entrance of this chapel faces directly north, right toward Mount Kearsarge. The only difference between this chapel and the chapel down in Bedford, of course, is that it is going to be red brick as opposed to a white-sided chapel. The sanctuary itself is a little larger than the sanctuary down there. This chapel is a little bit wider, and the sacristy will be back by the entrance of the church instead of behind the altar as it is down in Bedford. What you're now seeing is the Magdalen College Board of Trustees taking the tour. They're standing at this point on the walkway looking at the east side of the chapel building. This is the east side of the chapel, and as you can see, they've started doing the brickwork on this side. They probably got about 20 feet of brick in length I don't know, that's probably about 10 feet high, and the whole chapel will be this red brick color, as I said, a steeple made of the red brick with a copper roof on it. Should be visible from Highway 89 passing the Warner exit. Going up chapel, as you can see the scaffolding all around it. Also at this end of the chapel, at the back side of the chapel, is a rectory. This rectory will be made out of wood instead of out of brick, and that's why it isn't framed in yet, but they will be framing it in next week. There is parking below, and also the entrance to the basement of the chapel is below in the garage from the rectory, and another entrance into the basement from the front under the choir loft in the chapel. Of one of the classroom buildings. There's two classroom buildings identical to one another. As you can see, they're white siding with black shutters. There's 3 classrooms in each one of these buildings. The front entranceway with the red brick again. They're just doing the drywalling in this chapel building, and I think they have some of the drywalling completed in the chapel building across the way. As you come to the I keep calling it the chapel, the classroom buildings, there's a walkway that will be bluestone. It'll be dotted with old-fashioned lamp posts, street lamps, and in the middle is an area of woods that will be cleaned up and cleared out so that the students can sit on benches and get fresh air in between the classes. Right now we're focusing on the classroom building that is on the west side of the little circle down here, and we'll pan over to the one that is on the east side. And this, of course, is the same design, 3 classrooms in it. And directly behind it is a runoff retainage pond that will be flooded in the wintertime for ice skating. As I said, the walkways around this circular piece here in the middle and going to the classrooms will be crushed bluestone, which is used quite often here in the New England area. And then the walkways will be dotted and lighted with the old-fashioned street lamp posts. I'm standing now in front of the girls' dormitory, St. Mary's Hall. And as you can see, it's a very similar design to the boys' dormitory, but we've changed the color. It's a blue with a slate blue shutter in honor of St. Mary, the Blessed Mother. And at the entrance of this building is also the red brick. There'll be pillars to finish this off. And as you enter the front of the girls' dormitory, there will be a small chaplet on one side, and then the open lounge and visiting area as you get inside the building. This is the front entranceway of the girls' dormitory, St. Mary's Hall. They're finishing up the brickwork and cleaning it up today. As I said, when you enter, you'll enter into a big lounge area, and to the right as you enter will be a small chaplet. This dorm, as is the boys', is a 2-story dorm with sleeping rooms branching off from the main area as you enter. Both dormitories are complete with laundry facilities, the lounge area, a handicap room, and this building has a full basement underneath it for more storage. View from the back of the girls' dormitory from St. Mary's Hall. You can see where the big picture window area is. That's the back of the lounge. And then from there, it branches off into the wings for the girls' dorm. And now we're down below looking at the leach field, and which will eventually be the playing fields. As you can see, they brought in quite a bit of fill to build this up to get it to be a level area for our playing fields. We're now focusing in on the back of the girls' dorm, which is directly across from the leach field playing field area. And from there we're moving into this large open area, which you can see has been open